Hey guys, welcome to BrotoNBA TV, where we scavenge the internet for top NBA news headlines so you don't have to. The first thing I need to get into today is Paul George, but I'm not getting into it like he did with those photos. I'm just kidding about that. The first thing I want to talk about today is Paul George. For those of you who don't watch ESPN or check Roto World or browse Twitter or don't watch basketball, or maybe some of you don't even have the internet, you might not have heard this. Paul George could be back this season. Now Larry Bird has stated that Paul George might make a return this season. In a recent interview, Larry Bird said, "I always say if a player is ready to play, they gotta play." So that could be taken to mean that Larry Bird wants Paul George to come back as soon as he's ready. Now I'm sure this all depends on the playoff picture in a couple months. As it stands, the Pacers are only 4 games behind the Miami Heat, so I don't see why Paul George coming back would be a bad thing. The Pacers currently sit at 18-21. No, I'm just kidding. 18-32, and they're on pace to make the 8th seed in the playoffs. A team that currently has a 36% winning percentage could make the playoffs. 36% winning percentage. I'm pretty sure my high school squad had a better winning percentage back when half the team was cut for having bad grades and they had to start me at center. I was a bad center. Now, I don't want to get into a big conversation about how bad the East is this year, but you just take your time, sit back, and think about that for a second. And people in the East, I'm looking at you. What's going on over there? I mean, I live in the East. Hey, there's no market near where I live, so it's not my fault. So after Larry Bird said this quote, we get this cryptic tweet from Paul George that says, "March?" Like, is he excited about the possibility of returning in March? Or is he saying, "Are you kidding me, Larry Bird? March? I'm not ready." I don't know. Perhaps he's in a concert band and the instructor has just informed him that they're turning it into a marching ensemble. I'm not really sure why people are making such a big deal out of it, because last month he had the cryptic tweet of, "February?" Pretty sure he's just learning his months, people. I'm not saying to run to the waiver wire right away and make a quick pickup on Paul George, but look at this video from practice back in January. Let that video speak for itself. I think the more important question that we should ask is, can the Pacers win without Lance Stephenson? So let that sink in like seasoning. And tell him, blow me, Lance Stephenson. Alright everyone, this has been BrotoNBA TV. Make sure to tune in on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays for all new NBA content. And look out for us in the future because we're having Blake Griffin on the show and he's going to give us a one-on-one interview. So let that sink in like seasoning. And tell him, blow me, Lance Stephenson. And tell him, blow me, Lance Stephenson. And tell him, go tell him, run.